Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr, and today I'm going to be talking to you about 3 tips to prevent burnout. So, burnout is something we commonly see in pretty much everyone. It doesn't even matter what your profession is, but it's this idea of overwork. It's this idea when our sympathetic nervous system is overactive and it burns us out because our adrenal glands work overtime to give us the energy we need to do everything. So that work mentality and energy can eventually lead to a depletion. And that's essentially what burnout is. It's that moment of feeling that depletion. And I know I've suffered from burnout numerous times in my life. One of the times that I suffered from burnout was when I was a medical doctor, and it was right at the end of my intern year. And that was kind of when I made the decision to book that one-way ticket to Europe, and I never went back to the Western medical profession. I ended up getting my yoga certification and being inspired to support people in a more holistic way, because one of the reasons was I felt that working in the Western medical model was very unsustainable. The number of hours, the lifestyle, none of that was in alignment with my truth and my values. And on this channel and in all the work I do, and I work with clients in my programs and courses, it's all about how we can live consciously, how we can live from a place that really supports us in feeling happier, healthier, more relaxed, right? Most people don't even know what it feels like to be relaxed. So you could even experience burnout if you're a mother. You can experience burnout if you're a housewife and you don't, and that is your main profession. You're not even working for a corporation or for yourself. A lot of business owners, entrepreneurs suffer burnout. And the second time that I experienced burnout was 7 years after beginning my practice as a coach. It was literally exactly 7 years, because in end of 2012, 2013 is when I started working as a coach, and I was a yoga instructor back then, and then transitioned more into healing work and then the coaching work and the online work that you see. And exactly 7 years was right before the pandemic hit, and I was managing a team of 5, and I was working with a lot of clients, and I had an online program too. And in just the managing with creating content with seeing clients was like so much. And I was like, stop, I need a break. I even wrote it. And then I was like, you know what? I didn't even take a true break. I was like, I'm going to take a break so I can write a book. And I really stopped only the clients that I had in contract I worked with. I didn't take on any new clients. I stopped all production on other online courses I was doing and funnels and marketing stuff. And I just took a break. And now looking back, and even now as I'm beginning to come back online with my work full force, I see where the mistakes were. And this video is to show you my top 3 tips in how to prevent burnout. And the first one is to hire experts to do work that's not your expertise, or to hire help to do the things that you don't need to do. And if you're not in a position to hire help, which you can easily find people for like $8 an hour, especially if it's virtual help, if you're doing things online, or there are virtual assistants. Doesn't even have to be online, but there's virtual assistants in all countries, including like the Philippines, and you can get work, which for them, $8 an hour is like great. But you can get help. And there's tons of websites that you can look for virtual assistants, and it doesn't matter your profession. And it doesn't matter if you work for someone, you can still have an assistant to do those things that you don't need to do. And let's say if that's still not an option, if you have a partner, a spouse, if you have family, if you have children, you can delegate out the work. You don't need to do everything. And that's the biggest mantra. You don't need to do everything. And you can ask for help in all areas of your life, from friends to family to hired help. So that's number 1. And that's exactly what I did this time around. Instead of managing a team of 5, I decided to hire an expert who knows all about online marketing stuff. And though I know a good amount of it, I was like, this is not what I love doing. So let me hire someone. So now there's a team of 11. And thankfully, I don't have to micromanage. I talk to 2 to 3 people on the team max, and they get it all done. Hallelujah. The second step is to stop while you're still strong. Stop while you're ahead. What I mean by that is take your lunch break or your breaks before you're tired. Stop your workday before you're tired. Or if you're tired, you take a break. or you take the break before you get tired. Why? Because once you kind of get to that like exhaustion point, it's really hard to come back. But if you're still feeling good, you can replenish yourself easily to come and to keep that level of energy. But once you drop, it's really hard to come back. That depletion is really what we want to prevent, because over time that adds up, and then you eventually reach the point of burnout. And even today that happened where I did both. I was good and then I was bad, where the first for lunch, I could have kept going. And I was like, you know what? I feel really good. Let me take lunch now. And then in doing that, I had lunch with a friend, and I was so much more generous in cooking and being a host, versus had I waited until I was exhausted, I would have been a terrible lunch date, And then at the end of the workday, instead of stopping when I started to feel like the knots in my shoulder and my neck, I was like, let me just finish the edits on this module, because I'm going to be launching an online course soon that'll be available for all of you. And I knew it. I should have stopped, and I didn't. And then, you know what? I was like, feeling those, because I really wanted to get that module finished. And it's not a race. You can get back to it later. So that brings me to the third tip, which is self-care and staying ahead of the game so you don't have to do double. So usually on a Monday evenings, I do a yoga practice, and because of these knots in my neck, I decided that I was going to go for a hike too. But the thing is that if we stay on top of our self-care, which this morning I did yoga, I did not yoga, but I did meditation and breath work. Had I moved in the morning, maybe my neck wouldn't have felt like that. Or maybe I just needed to listen and honor myself. But now, because I got to that point, I did both a hike, and I laid on a tree to help with grounding. And I imagined like some of the energy going off into the tree, and that tree helping me to ground and release energy that's not serving me, because the earth is so good at that. And then I'm also going to do yoga right when I finish this live with you guys. So I just wanted to send these tips to you so that no matter who you are, what you do, these are 3 ways to prevent burnout. So hire help or delegate help and tasks. You don't have to do it all yourself. 2 is to stop before you're exhausted. Really monitor yourself and take it easy. It's not a race. Go slow, go at the pace that feels good and nourishing. And 3, self-care. Self-care every day, and self-care even before you're exhausted, right? Self-care to keep your energy, to replenish your energy. And if you do get exhausted, then maybe double the self-care. So I send you love. I wish you a beautiful day. I will see you soon, and ciao for now. And if you have any topics you want me to talk about, definitely leave it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Send this to a friend who really needs to hear this, someone you know who may be a little bit of a workaholic. And thank you for being here. Bye for now.